Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. Today I am at Ingrow West Station on the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway in West Yorkshire, and today I'm going to take a look inside a couple of the museums at Ingrow West Station. And these museums are really historic, full of history, so I'm going to show you some real interesting nostalgia, railway nostalgia today. And I'm going to pop inside the engine shed, the Bahamas Locomotive Society, and also the Vintage Carriages Museum. So it's going to be a great video, everybody. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll begin by showing you around the engine shed. Cheers. So there we go, so that's a nice look inside of the engine shed at Ingrow West Station. and I'm now going to take you for a look inside the Carriage Works Museum, which is absolutely steeped in history. There's some really beautiful vintage carriages inside, and it just gives you that feel of real industrial heritage, you know. And there was a lot of industry around Ingrow back in the 18 and 1900s. There was lots of textile mills, woolen and cotton mills around the local area, and it really did thrive during the industrial heyday. So I'll head inside the Carriagework Museum and let's check it out. Cheers. For those that could afford it during the Industrial Revolution, first class travel was a real luxury. You had really comfortable seating, it was quite spacious, and this compartment in particular even had its own lavatory, even had its own toilet as well. So don't really get much better than that really. So yeah, so imagine that back then, having this sort of luxury and this comfort, you know. Only the rich and powerful back then could really afford to travel first class. So it's interesting to see just how comfortable and just how much better it would have been, you know, to travel, because back then as well, when steam trains were travelling, the carriages used to bump up and down like mad, you know. It were very uncomfortable at times. So to have these type of chairs, these seats, would have been quite an amazing feeling really.
My money. So I get special treatment, you see, when I'm booking a coach. Take all the family, servants, the lot. Need a whole coach for that lot, I can tell you. And as for the luggage, well, have a look in the luggage compartment. Her Grace's dresses take up a whole trunk.
Warning, all the lights are switched off by the guard. And if we're near a station, we have to get out and go to the air raid shelter. Hey, I had to laugh the other day though. Have you seen these here posters that they're putting up on the trains? Yeah, telling you what to do in the air raid. Well look, there's a couple of them here in this carriage. Well, that cartoon showing a fella looking out of the carriage under the window blind, he looks just like a bloke I know. Oh, it's funny really. You wouldn't think it, but there are lighter moments in wartime. One chap was telling me the other day that they have to keep the lights on now in the restaurant car, but keep all the blinds down. Well, apparently, quite a few folks sneaked out during one blackout without paying, so they had to do something. It's a good thing though that the kiddies have been evacuated now the bombing's getting bad. Hey, did you see the trains? Oh, what a sight, eh? All those little dears leaving their mums to go and live somewhere out in the wilds of the countryside too. There was a lot of tears there, I'll tell you. Hurry up. That sounds like another red warning. Hitler's on another bombing raid. If I was you, I'd go down to the air raid shelter. You know there's a war on, but these railway people. Hey, do you know what a carriage is? So the German bombers couldn't see us.
There is also the learning coach at Ingrow West Station, just situated next to the platform where you catch the trains, just next to the ticket office building. And the learning coach has lots of interesting information as well, and it's mainly used as a learning centre for school children to learn about the history of the railways, the Keighley and West Valley Railway, and the British industries that the railways served. And there's so much to it. It's fascinating to read about it and learn about it. And to be honest, I think the earlier you teach kids about history, the better, and the more they'll learn in the long run. So it's really important to have these type of museums across the country, because they really do serve an important purpose to these heritage railways, and it keeps that history alive.
They even lay on a sketch of carriage from Northern to South Street. Both Mrs. Graham, the housekeeper, and I have very important jobs. We have to make sure that everything is right and proper.
It's absolutely brilliant in here. It's like an Aladdin's cave of old railway memorabilia, you know, and it's so good that these are still here on display so that people can see them and you can learn about how things were back then. So there's a couple of posters here: Special Christmas Fair Blackpool and Paris, London. So this is how things were advertised back then, back in the day, before you had social media, the internet, you know, Facebook and things like that. They used to just advertise things on the wall, posters basically, and that's how people found out what was happening across the country. So that's how people found out, you know, about different events and things, what was happening. And you know, there were no internet, no modern things, no social media, and you just had to basically get out and about to see what was going on and read the posters. I hope that you're enjoying this video so far, everybody, and I really want to inspire people to learn about history and inspire young people to learn about history, you know, because once you get into it, it really is interesting. Thanks so much everybody for watching this video. I hope that you found it interesting, and I hope that it inspires you to come and visit the Keighley and Waith Valley Railway and visit the museums and have a look around, because there's so much to see and it really is fantastic. You know, have a ride on the steam train, visit the museums, all sorts really, and it's a beautiful scenic ride as well. And as you get towards Haworth, you get to the heart of the Bronte country, you know, and yeah, it's well worth it. It really is. And those museums are award-winning and they deserve to be. You know, they're absolutely fantastic. So thanks a lot everybody. Take care. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.